They that had laid hold on Jesus brought him into Jerusalem through that which was called the Sheep Gate, for that was the way into town from the Mount of Olives. And it was so called because the sheep appointed for sacrifice were brought that way to the temple. Pilate therefore took Jesus and scourged him. The soldiers made a crown of thorns and forcefully pressed it into his brow. And they put on him a purple robe and said, "Hail, King of the Jews!" They then took Jesus and, bearing his own cross, led him away to Golgotha to be crucified. It was not coincidental that Jesus was handed over to Pilate during the week of the Passover, that one time of the year when the priest, cradling a lamb in his arms, would solemnly ascend the temple steps, pass through the great curtain, and enter the Holy of Holies. He would kill the lamb and pray that the blood would appease God, thus rolling back sins for another year. The great curtain hung as a reminder of the distance between God and man. It was like a deep chasm that no one could breach except God. This Passover, in the darkness of an eclipsed sun, God and a lamb stood in the Holy of Holies. He laid the lamb on the altar, not the lamb of a priest or a Jew or a shepherd, but the Lamb of God. Where had dripped the blood of dying lambs, now dripped the blood of life. Behold, the Lamb of God! And then it happened. God turned and looked one last time at the curtain and said, "No more." And it was torn from top to bottom, ripped in two. No more lambs, no more curtain, no more sacrifices, no more separation. And the sun came out. The first day of the week, Mary Magdalene came early, when it was yet dark, to the sepulchre, and saw that the stone had been rolled away. She stood outside weeping. Even the sight of two angels inside the sepulchre did not cheer her, for it was they who first asked her, "Woman, why weepest thou?" Struggling for composure, she explained, "Because they have taken away my Lord, and I know not where they have laid him." Then Mary turned and saw Jesus. Thinking he was the gardener, she asked, "Where have you taken him?" Mary. He simply spoke her name. It was at that moment she realized it was her Lord. The one who stilled her inner tormenting voices had come this time to silence her doubts and free her from her fears of tomorrow. He who had been dead was now alive forevermore. The Lamb slain was now the first fruit of resurrection. Death had lost its sting. The grave would never again be victorious. The Lamb slain was now the Lamb resurrected, alive forevermore.
Despised and rejected of men, this Lamb for lost sinners slain, gave himself on Calvary, he bore our sin and our shame. The sun in his face, all nature cried out, as the grave and death sought to see. Every demon in hell waving a banner to Satan's victory.
In a grave not his own. Guards were kept in constant watch. They sealed the tomb with a stone.